BS and B Train. Let's talk about the drip.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of BS and B Train, where we talk math and we talk drip. I really didn't want to do an episode this week after how bad the Saints performed, but going to go ahead and push through and do it anyway. A little bit late in the week, but still had some good stuff to talk about. First thing you'll see if you're looking, if you're watching this, on YouTube or wherever else, you'll see on the right here I have an interesting article that I saw on Fox Sports that I shared with a Chargers friend of mine. Apparently, they did a poll of who has the best uniforms in the league, and what they came down to was the Chargers and the Saints. I think that's kind of an age-old battle. That powder blue looks really great, and of course, the Saints always look sharp in their black and gold. And if we scroll down here, we'll see that they talk a little bit about both, and ultimately, right there, New Orleans Saints handily beating the Los Angeles Chargers. Maybe I have to zoom in a little bit there, but I'm not surprised. I love to rub that in my Chargers friend's face, but hey, well deserved. Okay, so this is the stuff I didn't want to get into, but again, I'm gonna do it because that's what I'm here for, right? Here for the trainiacs, the B Train fans, people who like math and or people who like fashion, or maybe a little bit of both. So on the right here, I've got my updated passer rating differential that I talk about every week. I was a little surprised, actually. The Saints continued to slide. Last week they were number 2. Now they're at number 3. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit for you. We've got the Vikings and the Bills, an NFC team and an AFC team at number 1 and number 2. So, again, still a little bit early, not quite even a full quarter of the way through the season yet. But if you were to ask me right now who I think is going to be in the Super Bowl, and if I heard someone say Vikings, Bills, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. They both look really good. But, we'll see here. And maybe my Saints can get back on track. They're still in the positive significantly. And actually, even though the Falcons won that, they're still in the negative there. So you hate to see it. And then Buccaneers coming right up on the Saints here. If we want to scroll down to the bottom of the barrel, the Rams and the Panthers are not looking good. Panthers were able to climb out of that last spot thanks to the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton. But the bottom of this list is really not too surprising. It's a little frustrating seeing a team like the Eagles still be, firmly entrenched in the negative, yet, beating the Saints the other day. But it is what it is. So that's the math portion. Take it or leave it. If there's any desire, I might start. I've been playing around with doing rushing differential as well, and then just trying to make a overall power quotient that shows like, hey, which teams are the best overall when you include both passing and rushing. I think that's a pretty reasonable statistic. But of course, it's not going to account for things like the fact that, the Saints had a touchdown given up due to a muffed punt. So I don't know. I have to find a way to try to incorporate special teams in there as well. So that's all for the math today. I am going to power through the drip here real quick. Again, so if you're watching on the screen, I'm going to have pictures up. If you're just listening, that's fine. I can describe it to you. But of course, this is a pretty visual medium. If you didn't watch the game, you don't know what they look like. You might have a hard time appreciating that. But coming at number 5 again, just like in the math column, my guys, the Saints, they are falling down the power rankings. Things might have changed a little bit if they had won. I don't know. But I do like the all-white uniform they wore here. They wore a white jersey with white pants. I think it looks pretty good. Probably one of my favorite uniform combos they do. It's not nearly as good as the Color Rush. And I think that's, you could probably understand why the Color Rush just pops so much better. And I think it's because of the stripes on the pants as well as the gold numbers and all that. But I do think the white jersey and the white pants look pretty good as well. All right, coming up at number 4, a repeat offender and maybe a little spoiler into next week. They are going to be featured next week as well. I can promise you that based on what they've already announced. But Broncos, again, kind of had an all-white look here, but with their new uniform. Somewhat simple. I've already talked a lot about these before, but I thought it looked pretty good. I think we're probably going to continue to see them quite a bit on the show. Next, and for the exact same reasons, I'm just now noticing this is a trend. I did not mean to do this, but that's how it works. So apparently I was a sucker this week for these all-white uniforms, especially anything including orange, just like the Broncos. But here are the Cleveland Browns. This one's definitely better than what the Saints and the Broncos wore. But you notice that stripe on the pants, I think, makes it look really good. I love those white helmets from it. Just real simple. But you still got some accents of what make them the Browns, those orange numbers and the orange outlines on the numbers and the stripes on the shoulders. This is just, maybe the perfect uniform. I don't know. It looks really good. It looks real good. Next, this one really, really breaks my heart. And I was hoping I could have done this, with a Saints win. But coming at number 2, I got the Falcons throwbacks. Hate them. Hate these guys. And I promise you, I did not want to do this first couple days after the game. But here we are. Those throwbacks, they're just too good. The red helmets, the throwback logo, which looks a million times better than the dumb logo they've been using for the last 20 years. It's just a clean, original-looking, simple uniform. I love it. As much I love their uniform, but I hate the team. And I'm never going to like them, so you don't have to worry about that. But I do think their uniforms look good. And it's unfortunate that it came against us. Normally, and I'd have to look at the numbers here, but most of the times over the past 10 years or so, just pulling numbers out of my head here, when they've worn this uniform, they usually lose. The Falcons usually lose. So, I've been really receptive to it because I have this Pavlovian response. Like I see this uniform and I'm like, oh, okay, the Falcons are going to lose because they always lose. But no, they won this time, and it's unfortunate, but that is a good looking uniform. All right. And lastly, top of the pride here. These guys, the Detroit Lions, they really stole the show. I feel like everyone online was talking about this blackout uniform. Looked really, really good, and they did a good marketing push behind it too. I would love to see the Detroit Lions pull this out more. I'm sure they only get a certain amount of times per year to use it, just like everyone else. But these look great. Everyone was talking about it. Like I always say, if you look good, you play good, you get the fans excited. And that's what they should be doing. The NFL should be doing this way more, just like college does. I really don't see why not. They're just printing money by doing it. But it just feels like NFL has been a lot slower to adapt to this than, in college, where we see teams busting out cool uniforms all the time. Well, anyways, that's all I got for you. I hope you found this informative, entertaining, and from the whole crew, BS crew, this is B Train, and I will see you guys next week.
Remember to follow us on social media at BS and Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.